Seriously, brothers and sisters of this planet Earth.
Samadhi with eyes open.
We are the ones that we have been waiting for, as some say. I feel this here. I recognize me, the I that flows through this vessel, this consciousness.
I and I, Rastafari, I. Me is we reflected. Do not as you are expected, but what is reflected.
And this takes an inner vision to see, an inner vision to feel, and an inner vision to digest. Just be thee.
There exists, just like the electromagnetics of your phone, a field that your body emits that connects your cells together, the language in which your body communicates with. We know it as electricity, or electrical impulses that are flowing along what we could call in our body synapses and tissues and these things that we see and perceive ourselves to be built of. It's all put together with one common goal. I mean, these lips, the cheeks, this hand, it's all billions of microorganisms existing in colonies so that we can move our arms and have eyes. And we decided on one common goal of love, of compassion, of wanting to stand together as a group, to fold our membranes and coexist as one. And even though we perceive it in this reality to be a sperm and an egg cell coming together and sharing DNA and expanding from one cell outwards as billions, that's the reflection of that which we can't see because we're choosing not to. If we allow ourselves to go outside and sit with the trees under the sun, the universal love and joy which is always there, which drives all trees to want to reach for the sun. It drives the body, the electricity in our cells, and it is the choice within this reality how we reflect that decision to communicate. The difference between, in this I's opinion, if I may, between root chakra consciousness and, or you could say, amygdala-centered consciousness. The amygdala is the part of your brain back here that what most people refer to as the reptilian brain controls emotional thinking and motor skills and instincts, sexual energy. The amygdala-centered consciousness can't move up from domination and control and the schism between the human psyche and the planet Earth. The boundary layers we have created for ourselves with our high-rise buildings and our cities. When we allow ourselves to go outside and sit in the sun and breathe in our nose, out our nose, nice and smooth and calm, we allow the electricity to move from concentrated in our amygdala to concentrated in our cerebral cortex and our cerebellum. And when that happens, we have the ability, because we're coming from the center of our pineal gland on the inside, which most people have heard of the third eye. Well, the chakras in our body are just the electromagnetic fields that extend from the endocrine glands that we have in our body. And there can be an infinite number of chakras, because a chakra is just Sanskrit for spinning wheel. And what it means, basically, is anywhere where vortexing lines of energy cross each other, they create another vortex in that X point. And that's what your chakra is. The electromagnetic fields that are geometrically expanding from your body because of the thought, feeling, the electromagnetic spectrum in which we are made of. The electricity that all our cells is communicating with, the field that they emit and emanate into the universe, as we know of as our aura, is information. And when the prism of light that is the sun and our inner light comes through this aura, it creates what we call spectrums. The prism of our pineal gland reflects and breaks that information up into what we can perceive as colors and matter, when matter at the molecular level it's really just hydrogen. And then hydrogen collapses its electron field as valence shell patterning the outer field in which it creates, because hydrogen just has protons, neutrons, and one electron on the outside. And it's the most abundant element in the universe. And I personally feel that hydrogen itself is what creates life. And then from hydrogen, ma'at, what we call matter, ma'at, being the Egyptian word for balance and truth, knowledge. I feel like ma'at stood for the ether, the space, the infinite joy and love that is the universal compassion, the universal whole of the I am. And being the city of Sumer, the physical manifestation of a consciousness where humans were focusing on being heart-centered, and in which case the possession and the schism between the ma'at, consciousness created what you could call modern day society. We call, a lot of people you hear calling modern day society Babylon. And I found that reference really funny, because it does really trace all the way back to Babylon, when the original crystal cities were in existence, the original crystal beings. Perspective is in the eyes of the beholder, but the I exists past all that which is consciously known and aware of. When we say I, or the I, we speak of this I, that's infinite, and is the same in all beings. At the molecular level, there is only one atom, what the Greeks call atomos, or the Egyptians called atun, atum. And these words originally stood for light, knowledge, reflection, because they understood that matter is really implosion. It's a field of infinite information, the potential for everything. This one atom, this one atomus, particle of dust, as you could say. And it's so minuscule we can't see it because we're made of it. And we can feel it if we allow ourselves to. Because it's everything that is. It is only what is. And when this atun interacts with a reflection, you could say that this atun is spinning. And the spinning one particle reflects within itself, creating implosion and creating all other particles. And then we get what we call fusion, or a sun, a star. When everything collapses because of what we call gravity, gravity is infinite love. Gravity is love. Gravity is compassion. Gravity is information. Gravity is attraction. It's the driving force to the universal whole, to what makes you exist, what binds us to our planet, what creates our planet. Really, gravity is the atun, the dust. And we are the byproduct of existing in perspective of the atun, experiencing ourselves as the atun because we choose to be reflected of the atun. And when we know this, when we understand this within our hearts, we can allow ourselves to then have a deeper sense of a relationship, a deeper sense of awareness with the universal mother, the earth that creates us. We can walk outside barefoot. We can put our head against a tree and breathe in that source love. We can see the individual cells on each tree, knowing that, yes, it's an individual tree, but it's one organism. Every tree is an antenna in a city of trees. And these forests that we talk about are one organism. Everything is one organism, fractaled. This fractal reality is the gravity in which we talk about. And it's just love. It's caring for your neighbor. If somebody's hungry, give them food. If they're thirsty, give them water. If they're cold, allow them into your house. And some of you might say, well, what if they rob me? Or what if they do this? What if they do that? The realities, the frequency in which you create for yourself creates and manifests those realities. Everything is a choice. There's nothing in this universe that is not the system in which we have designed for ourselves creates the propensity for there to be such potentialities in our reality. But if we allow ourselves to be in a heart-centered consciousness, the frequency in which we are emitting completely omits that type of interaction occurring. And if, say, that interaction does occur because of a needed lesson or an experience in which you desire within yourselves to have and somehow, some way are aligned with, because I've had moments like that where I'm like, how the fuck, what? And it's because the system in which we have created for ourselves creates a corrupt system. The mechanism of the society in which we have established oppresses people to the severity in which they're allowed within themselves to feel like they have to do these things. Like this is the way for them to survive. And it's up to us as individuals to look within the eye and see the eye within that eye. It's the eye reflected. And know within your heart that no matter what dastardly thing this being does, no matter how evil or how Adolf Hitler-like this person may seem, they are I. Everything is I. And they deserve just as much love as we do. Because they are us. And when we allow ourselves to see that within their eyes, within the eye reflected, the world will see massive evolution. It is up to us as individuals, realizing ourselves as a part of the whole. Realizing what we do from our plastics to our coal to
the way we interact with water.
Yeah, that's a good one. The way we interact with water, the way we interact with our trees, the way we interact with our animals. We put them in slaughterhouses. Mass slaughterhouses. And we've been programmed to think that's okay. But we are love. It is the eye that shows the way. Looking within your neighbor, seeing them in the eye, see them as yourself. Allow yourself to see what potentials in their reality they created through their family situation, through their whatever. Allow yourself to extend into them and feel what has led them to the point that they are standing in front of you now. Then recognize that there is no possible way you can be mad at them, that you can be irritated with them, because you understand why they're acting the way they are. And then all you can provide at that point is love, compassion. I'm here to speak to you about it. I'm here to talk to you about it. Do you wish to exchange about this? Do you wish to open up? Hey, I'm here for you. Or just give him a hug. My foot's numb because I've been sitting on it. Oh. I watched a documentary Home the other day, and there was just this statistic in there. The screen flashed black and white letters came up, and it said 5,000 people a day die of dirty water. Shouldn't it be 5,000 people a day have been cured by hydrogenated water? There's systems that are in place that have caused what we see currently as disruptions or dis-ease within our society and within ourselves. The answers are all within us. It's all in here. It's all the I inside. And when we allow ourselves to, instead of going against gravity and walking upright and thinking that we own this planet, it's time to implode ourselves. Let's stop resisting and flow like water with gravity. Only when we implode our heart will we fully realize and fully understand that the solutions are already here. The solutions have been here. It's just up to us to start acting upon them. Picking up trash when you see it. That's a good way to start. Recycling is really downcycling. Every time you recycle something, you get less and less and less and less of it. So
recycle the subconscious beliefs you have created for yourself. Refine them. Feel them.
Thank you.
Digest them. See them for what they are. Programs. Does the I choose to continue with this program? Or does the I choose to recognize the truth in the program and release that belief from thyself? And when we recycle our programs, we have profound feelings like I'm feeling inside, because I go to speak this statement and I realize that inside of me are massive shifts. Me realizing that what I am about to speak out, as if I'm speaking that somebody else is doing this, I realize that I am doing this. And the pause and the hesitation and the thinker brain is because I'm recycling. And I appreciate Zachariah for existing, simply for existing, and there is so much learned by the I frequency expressing itself through these trillions of cells. We learn from each other.
I love you, man.
I love you, brother Zach.
I see you.
It's as simple as recognizing another as thyself.
Be like water.
Flow. Flow, flow, flow.
I mean, our bodies are just water vessels that are held together by an electromagnetic field. Our cells just choose to connect through electricity and through what we can manifest as tendons and skin and organs, but they're really all just connected because were fused, and then they're all growing together through electricity, through plasma, as this source substance that we see as a body. And it's completely holographic. It's like there's no words for the immensity of the awesomeness of our existence. And looking at our reality, we have two choices, as I see it. We can create or we can destroy. And right now we're choosing to creatively destroy. So we now need to learn, well, we don't need, if we wish to keep going and perpetuating this experience, we need to learn how to create love. How to creatively create love within this realitatively. It's not a word, sorry.
It is a word. What do you mean, sorry? We create words. We create this reality. Relatively.
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 Anyways, English is fun, and it's fun to play with words. But just love. Just be love. That's it. It's so simple.
Love yourself.
Love thyself, yes.
Looking back at thyself right here in this camera, love yourself, Andrew. Love yourself, I, thee. It starts within, and it emanates outward, and it comes back. Your environment is a reflection of your inner environment.
And if you have to, please start every single morning. Go pee when you wake up, we all have to. Get a drink of water, drink at least 2 glasses of water, relatively medium speed. Don't chug them, but you don't have to sit there and sip it either. Just allow your body to intake that water. And what helps is if you vortex it counterclockwise 9 times, and then stop 9 times, stop 9 times, stop, and then drink it. That'll oxygenate the water and hydrogenate the water. What it does is it allows the water to vortex together, which tells the water to implode. And when the water implodes, it recrystallizes electromagnetically, molecularly, and then so it's more permeable in our body. And so we retain more of the water than we would have with regular water from a faucet, which is pretty poisonous. Take that water, go outside, put your forehead to the sun, and just breathe. Just do that. Just every morning, make that a ritual. And I guarantee that within 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, every day, you will just feel better and better and better. There's a whole bunch of science that goes into what you're doing, but we don't need to go into that. The point of it is you're loving yourself. You're allowing yourself to relax and recharge. You're allowing yourself to recognize thyself as one. And every night, go outside and just look at the stars for a little bit. If it's a little nippy out, put a coat on. Put something on to keep yourself warm.
Just enjoy.
Just enjoy.
Enjoy.
Just enjoy. Enjoy. Just smile. It's the Taoists say that if you just allow yourself to smile, you can. That action alone, truly smiling from your eyes and from your face and from your nose and from your forehead and from your heart. You just try to smile from each place, from your stomach, from your feet. And that brings awareness down to those places and allows that awareness to spread out. And when you're barefoot on the earth, you're pulling in negative ions. You're pulling in a charge from the earth because it's always charged. There's never a time on this planet when lightning isn't touching the ground. Okay? So there's always, constantly, a very, very powerful charge within the earth that our circuit bodies, our antennas, can pick up on. And when we allow ourselves to go into the sunlight, we're activating our receptor, and then we're grounding into the earth and creating a circuit between consciousness, cloud, ground, everything around us. And we can expand our awareness outwards. And when we allow ourselves to do this, we can change thought patterns. Thoughts will start rushing into your mind and, what about this? What about this? I think I'm this way. I think I'm that way. And then you slow down. You breathe. And it's almost like the thought is funny. There's a part of you that's always there, that's innate in you, that looks at it and goes, what? I don't understand. What? What? And that part of you, that's your inner child. That's your heart. That's the core being of what you are. That's inside of everyone. And in this daily society and the roles we take on in life, we allow ourselves to forget this. We allow ourselves to ignore this feeling, this whatever it manifests as within you, this love, this just utter, baffled, confusing awe at the universe. When you reach beginner's mind, as the Buddhists call it, just complete sadhana, samadhi, bliss, ananda, you allow yourself to see the totality as the earth is, and you see that we're just all children. We're just all fucking children. Just playing this game, riding our little tricycles, and not giving a flying who's a what's it what happens or what we're trampling in the process. We're just having fun doing it. And that's okay. But I think it's now time that we take the training wheels off and we realize that we don't need to ride tricycles. We can fly. We don't need coal. We have so many other energies within us. We don't need plastics. Our science has gotten to a point where everything that we could possibly imagine is already here. We live in a magical universe. If we were to take all of the technology that we have to this very day, the most advanced thing we have, to even the most simple thing we have, and we go to 200 years ago, they will think we're wizards, we're magicians, we're magical. Some might understand that there's some part of it that's like, whoa, what's going on? Or they might think we're demons. And it's because we've realized how to alchemicalize and industrialize every single part of our life. Every single conscious, breathing, waking moment. And it doesn't need to be so. Everything we could ever ask for is already on this planet. It's time humans remember Homiya te kwasan. It's Lakota, and it means to all my relations. Homiya te kwasan.
Homiya te kwasan.
Just recognizing everything as your relation, as your brother, as your sister, and then giving it love. That's it. That's going to cure everything. Cure. There's nothing wrong with us. We're just children. We're growing. We've done this before. We've done this many times. And that's why we can sit here now and talk about it. We remember I is here. I is always now. Past, present, future are linearities that we create with ourselves. If I can go a little deeper, imagine every atom as a picture, a still picture. And our consciousness, when it observes this atom, when it collects this atom, the vibrational frequencies, so you could say, so you have a tuning fork and a tuning fork. They're both in C sharp, okay? You ring tuning fork 1 and you bring it near the second tuning fork. It will resonate and ring, even when you don't touch them together or hit this one and anything else. Because the field in which the tuning fork is creating is vibrating the reality, physical reality, all the atoms, the reflection in the mirror, and imploding itself and expanding outwards is what it can manifest based on the structure we have given it in this reality. And when it manifests, the other one will ring, because that's how we've structured it. This resonance will affect that resonance, and that's how every single atom works. That's how your thoughts work. So every time you have a detrimental thought or a harmful thought, or you allow yourself to be critical, or you judge, or you doubt, you fear, you loathe, you envy, you feel jealousy, you feel hate, any of those emotions are self-inflicted, they're self-created, And as soon as you resonate with the thought pattern, that allows that neural pathway in your brain to be concreted. And then in that case, you keep having that thought in a cycle, because your neural pathways, you haven't given them the environment, placed them in the environment in which they can move and shift naturally, as they should be able to, as they can. So when you allow yourself to have those thought patterns, that resonance vibrates in your brain and attracts more of that resonance. And outwards as you go, in the human collective, inwardly as you go. Every time one person has a self-inflicted thought, there's billions of other people in the world having probably the same thought. And that's because we are antennas and we resonate together. And we have chosen as a collective to, yes, we have a lens, but we've chosen to burn ourselves with this lens, with the sun's energy, and scrutinize ourselves. And in the process, we're burning our planet as well. We're burning all our trees, we're burning all our animals, we're burning all our marijuana, we're burning everything. We ingest fire, we power ourselves with fire, we cook with fire, we eat our food with fire. Everything, every part of our existence, we power our cars with fire, we make the structure for our houses with fire, we fuel the farms that grow our food with fire, we put fiery chemicals into our food, we keep putting fire into our body, which creates active oxygen, which attacks the cells, which then creates fire oxidation within the body, therefore inflammation and swelling and cancer and pH imbalance, and everything we've surrounded ourselves is fire. But we must be like water, because that is the universal consciousness of the I Am. It is water. And when we allow ourselves to be like water in flow, to see ourselves imploded, to see ourselves reflected in the I that is, the planet will become visible to you. The being that you are will become visible to you. This whole planet is created by you, for you, with you, as you. Same with the whole entire universe. You are the universe reflected. I am the universe reflected. I and I, Rastafari. I love you. I see you. I feel you. I am you. I and I. Thank you. Thank I, Rastafari.
Thank I, thank we, thank you. Thank you.
And please, watching this video, I know that we are passionate and it's how it comes out, and my apologies.
Much respect, Zachariah.
It's the information flows through, and that's how it expresses I love you. This planet can rise back into her true self, into her true harmony. She, just like most humans now, we've become obese and fat. We've become obese, we've become sickly, we've become full of dis-ease, we're eating dis-ease, we're killing ourselves and the planet, and I just find it ironic, that our bodies are reflecting the state that we're putting our planet in, because our planet is us. Our planet is we. The planet is I. And we're just an extension of that which is made manifest. And because we are an extension of that which is made manifest, we have the ability to alter it. And it is our duty to alter this reality.
And the ways in which we alter the reality are altering what we think, how we think, what we perceive, what we feel.
It is to see this world in her perfection. It's there. Everything exists now. So let's choose to be in the frequency in which we see solutions, we see healing, we see evolution, we see growth, we see potential, we see beauty, we see light. Surround the earth in a golden ball of light. Surround all your loved ones, your plants, your dogs, your cats, the earth, the world's oceans, all bodies of water, all food, all trees. Just let your imagination run wild and see it in love. The more you love things, the more it'll allow itself to be in a negentropy field instead of entropy. Entropy is fusion, byproduct. Entropy is reflection. Negentropy is implosion. It is flow. It is ease. Both are needed for our universal whole, so realize yourself as implosion, as ease, as flow. Then allow yourself to go into expression. For we are not what we see, we are what we feel. I love you. Rastafari.